Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mendel the Lead Hound, back with another episode of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Racoonus. So in the previous episode, we succeeded in taking down Raleigh, and we are done with Wales, and as you can see, once you beat the areas in a level, you get little trophies from there. So you can see there's like a crab in a tank from the submarine level, but that crab looks a lot smaller. You can see Raleigh's hat there, you can see the fountainhead from one of the levels, a statue from High Class Heist, I assume. All this sort of stuff is from different levels, so I think that's pretty cool, but we are ready to move on to America, so maybe you can hear some grunting. I'll get to that in a second.
We're all set to go to Mesa City.
But we are ready to go to Mesa City, and Murray is just, dancing over there. That's where that was coming from. Anyways, let's head off to America.
It had been a while since I'd been back in the U.S. Next up, the notorious mugshot. Ruthless muscle of the fiendish five. What he lacked in brains, he definitely made up for in brawn. Turns out he wasn't always that way. He grew up as the run of the litter. A neighborhood weakling. The only friends he could turn to were usually found on the big screen. It was there that he spotted his first gangster, and he knew instantly that that's what he wanted to be. He spent the rest of his youth working real hard to get there, fueled on his dreams of great power and respect. With enough perspiration, he realized that dream. He'd become a hard-boiled, street-brawling, tough-as-nails gangster, ensuring that he'd never be kicked on or pushed around again. So he's holed up in Mesa City, huh? I've always wanted to go to that thriving American boom town.
Yes, indeed, it's time to take on Mugshot, and this is probably my second favorite. Mesa City's probably my second favorite world in the game, and starting right off, there's some clues here. So I'm pretty excited to show off this level, even though, actually, I do know for a fact, the item we get on this level is the most useless thing in the world. So, whatever. Looks like we're gonna have to get around this gate, so let's jump up here. We'll get to that in a minute, though.
Hey, Sly, I thought you said Mesa City was going to be loud and busy. This looks more like a ghost town.
Something's happened. Where is everyone?
I don't know, but it's starting to give me the creeps. What do you say we take off?
And miss all the fun? Besides, I want to try out that new move I got from Raleigh's section of the Thievius Racoonus.
You mean the ninja spire jump?
Yeah, do me a favor and read me the instructions again.
To landeth safely upon diminutive points, leapeth lively and presseth the triggering device with the round geometrical object emblazoned upon it.
So jump and hit the circle button to land on narrow spots.
That's a rough translation.
Yes, so now we have the spire jump, which will allow us to get past this area, but first I'm going to jump down here because as we can see there are clues down here, along with our first enemy of the area, so let's go ahead and take care of that, get everything we need, and in fact, even though previously we could spot clues with our binocucom, that won't work because those were only the blueprints for Raleigh's hideout, and not the blueprints for Mugshot's. We'll have to find Mugshot's blueprints a little bit later, but here's the spire jump, so we can jump on these tiny platforms, and interestingly, if you look, it is actually a physical object in the world, as you can see, so you can land on it, but it's very difficult, so it's much easier just to hit the circle button, and that allows you to just land on it much easier, but I think that's really cool how it is actually a physical object in the game, rather than just a trigger point or something where you just jump on it for easy access. Now we have these dogs on leashes, which begs the question, this is sort of a Pluto Goofy situation where it's like, what's the sentience levels of these animals? Because you've got dogs like Mugshot and his gangsters that are running around like people, but then you also have dogs that are like chained up, like regular attack dogs. So I gotta wonder what's going on there. Like, Kinda a little bit odd, but either way. It's easy to miss this section over here, but once you get the clues, that's all there is. And then you can go back the proper direction, which is this way. And, oh, you just climb up this for a minute. I was like, does that go down? What the heck? Another one of these things. And on these fences, a dog will break through. Like that. Nothing to be scared of at all. This level also, introduces a lot of cool stuff, which we're gonna have to deal with.
Look at those flashing lights.
The latest in high-tech security. Electronic floor sensors. Step on them and you're a goner.
Nice touch.
They're safe to walk on while flashing, but it also means they're about to switch to a different sector.
So we'll have to deal with these floor alarms for the rest of the level. They're pretty fine. Open this thing up, and do not forget this clue, because this is often the one that I forget. I remembered it this time, though. Luckily, my camera was at the right angle. I would have forgotten it if I hadn't had my camera set lightly to the left, but luckily I did. So with these, you can just run along them, and as Bentley informed us, once they start flashing, you're free to walk on them, or you can jump over them if the floor is short enough. So, a couple options there. Then the vault is at the very end of this level, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is at the very end of this level. So all we need to do is worry about getting the clues. This guy throws cards, which you can just jump over. Really similar to the throwing star enemy from from Wales. And there's more clues over here that might be easy to miss, but I'm not gonna miss them. I'm gonna get all the clues this time. The very first try. And more dogs, of course. There's a lot more traps in this level. Raleigh's level had some traps, but this one... Oh! Whoops. Apparently I was too close to that stampy thing. Oh well. Good thing we got that checkpoint. That's kind of stupid. Oh, man. But yeah, there's those stamper things which you have to be careful of. Oh, I don't think... Yeah, obviously this guy's got a ball and chain. I didn't even mention that. That was a new enemy. Whatever. A lot of new enemies in this area. Raleigh really has just a very basic set of goons for you to fight. But starting with this level, you start to face a lot more unique things. And then, in the next world, we'll start to face some supernatural stuff. And the world after that, we'll have to fight some ninjas. And after that, there's robots. So, you know, a lot of fun stuff. And, yes, you'll come out of here. And there's this thing. Were there clues behind me? No, there were not. Okay, good. I thought I might be missing some, but luckily I wasn't. Two guys will burst through here, take them down, and up there are clues. Oh no! Ah, that's the vault. I was wrong. I called it completely wrong. The vault is over there, and it contains a useless item, but I'll never use. Like, I don't think it's possible to use it in this game effectively, and you'll see why once I get it. You'll immediately understand how useless it is. But I'll try to show how useless it is, just to be completely observant, transparent. I don't know the word I'm looking for. But either way, come through here, and the end of the level is right up ahead. So we just have to be careful of these things. Don't want to trigger anything. Oh, or we could do that. And I don't know if you could notice there, but even though the floor becomes like harmful, it'll hurt you after you set the alarm off. That doesn't take effect until after it switches. So you have basically like one shot for it to switch, and then once it switches after that point, it will definitely hurt you. Have I gotten all the clues? I have not. Is there some around here? It doesn't look like it. Well, looks like I have foolishly missed 2 clues, so let's go find those. They're probably just right around back here, so let's go ahead and find them. Let's see, by this checkpoint we have 1 clue. Alright. That's pretty good. Now there's just 1 more we need to find. Careful of that thing. Ah, here's the tricky little clue. Ah, okay, so this is really... You could easily miss this one. It's right behind the truck here. I almost walked right past it again, actually, to be honest, for a second time. But now we can make our way over here. Luckily, the vault is just on the other side of these car crushers. Worthless. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. So, oh, and that song is actually oddly appropriate, considering what we are going to get.
The circle to enter the vault code. A little bit of higher mathematics and voila! Dial in 314.
Okay, whatever you say, Bentley. 314. 4. There we go.
Outstanding! You've uncovered Rob McCooper's patented explosive hat technique. Use the triangle button to toss your cap. Then use the triangle button again to detonate it. Better back off to a safe distance first.
So worse than being useless, this ability actually can harm you, and is more likely to harm you than not. So, let me show it off. Unfortunately, there's no more enemies in this level, but let me show you what it looks like anyways. Here's the explosive hat technique. Ready, and... useless. It is utterly useless, and I don't know why they even put that ability in the... I guess... I don't know, it's sort of like the idea of setting a trap for your enemy, because, I mean, you know, it's like a remote mine, you know, some golden eye going on there, but it just doesn't work. It's pointless, and if you're too close to it, guess what? It's gonna hurt you. So let's go ahead and not use that thing. Yeah, let's keep it on dive for now, 'cause that's pretty good. Now we can get the key, though. That is the first key of Mesa City, and now, to finish off this episode, we're just going to go around Mugshot's turf and see what is available for the time being. Because of course the open world area always has like a little bit of an introduction, so let's go ahead and get through it. If you come over here, we'll see, I believe, well, one of the final enemies either way.
Mugshot certainly isn't shy. Okay, so we know he's here somewhere, but how are we supposed to find him? Mesa City is a big place.
Given that he's a bulldog, it seems only reasonable to assume that he'd choose to live in a giant fire hydrant.
That's some sound logic, Sly. Now you just need to find a way to break into the building's base.
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something.
Yes, all the top guys of these areas always have some sort of, you know, cool lair that they're staying in, all of them. But either way, I guess you could use the mine here, but it's pointless, because if you get close enough, you just hit the machine gun dog. And those are, in fact, machine gun dogs.
Hey, yo, it's the boss. It's the boss. I need a voice to admit that maybe driving everyone out of town, while necessary to set up shop, might have taken a hit out of the business. So, now I hope you won't be obliged to any visitors that come here to lose their money in my casino. But I got a reliable tip that a cop might be snooping around the operation. So from now on, greet any visitors you see with a hail of lead. Capiche?
That's interesting. A cop might be snooping around. I wonder who that could be. Maybe we'll find out in a later episode. But that is all for now. We have to start collecting Mugshot's treasure keys, even though they look pretty much the same to Raleigh's, but whatever. We'll take care of that later. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're excited to see more of Sunset Snake Eyes.